Hi, this is Numeric Citizen. In today's video, I want to talk about how to set up pages on your Micro.blog hosted website. Before showing you how you can add pages to your own website on Micro.blog, I want to show you a few examples of how pages will look on your website. The first example here is my actual blog on Micro.blog. So the pages always shows at the top in this case, and as you can see, you can hit a few button here and you'll see a page showing some content. If I go back there, I can also do a search, which is a different page. And as you can see, as you go inside a page, the top of the website always stays there. So this is one example. I can show you also Menton Rees' website. Menton is the founder of Micro.blog and is using a different visual theme, which I think is the default one for Micro.blog. And again, the pages will be at the top right in this case. And you see, if I click on About, you see a different content, Archive. And as you can see also, when hovering over the links there, the visual effect is different than in my case, which is like this. Another example with a similar website, the visual design is Miraz Jordan, and also another one, Darren Hester, which also use a different layout. So those are examples of how what pages looks like when they are added to your website on Microblog. The reason why you would create pages for your website are many. One example would be to create an about page where people could read about you as an author of your website. You can also create a page for listing contact information so that people can get in touch with you. You can create a page for listing the current projects that you are currently working on. Or you can create a blog roll where you can list a list of blogs that you are following and that you like and you want to share with other people. And you can also create other pages, more sophisticated page that we'll see in the following moments. There are two ways to create pages on Microblog. The first one is manual, and the second one is by using plugins. So what you're currently seeing right now is the pages section on Microblog, where you can see all the pages that are defined for my website. So the website is here. This is how it looks, and how you manage that is right there. So I'll create a page on my test blog. I'll switch to that. And as you can see here, those pages are typically created when you create a new microblog account. So I'll create a new page. I'll give it a title. And this is some content. Please note that in this portion here, you can use Markdown and also some smart code that are catched by Hugo, which is the backend processing of the microblog hosting service, which will render the actual page when visitor goes to your website. So this is a title, this is some content. You can put again Markdown, and at the end here, you see include this page in your blog navigation. You'll see the page added to the website. So I can just create that. The page is being added. This is the title and the page slug or the path to the page. You can change if you don't want to have this path for the page. You can change it. You just click on it here, and you can edit here the page path and update that, and it will be updated on your website. So if I go back here and I'll go on my website, you'll see that there should be a title page, which I click, and I'll see the page that I just created. So this is how you create a page in Microblog. It's pretty simple, and also you can reorder the way the listing of the pages here, so that it will be reflected in the website as soon as I refresh the right one. If I go back here again, I should have the test page put at the very beginning of the navigation portion of the website. One thing that I encourage you to do is when you create a new your account and your website on Microblog is to create a 404 page so that when people hit a non-existing page on your website, they will be directed to a more useful page from which they can get more information. And I'll show you an example with mine. So there is a help page in the help.microblog website where you can see how to do that. It's very simple. So if I go back to my website, I'll go to the main one here, and the 404 page is called not found. If I click on that, the slug is 404.html, and you can put whatever you want here in your website in the page. And I added a suggestion requesting the visitor to tell me to fix a link if they enter on a non-existing page. So when I go there, if I hit here, I get this great not found page, and also the website header stays there. If you don't do that, the page displayed will be not found, and it's a blank page and nothing else. So really having a 404 page provides a great visitor experience in case something goes wrong. Now, the other type of page that get installed on your website is when you install plugins in your microblog account. Plugins are applied to all your website. So here, this is my main one, the production one, the one that people sees. And here, this is the test blog for testing purposes. When you install plugins, they will be added to both sites. So if I go here on my main website and I look at the pages that I've got installed by plugins, replies, photos, bookmarks, surprise me, archive, subscribe, find me there. No, find me there is one that I installed manually, that I created manually. Search, Twitter. Those are installed automatically when I install the plugin and I configure the plugin. So if I go on the plugin page here, and I see all the plugins that are currently installed on my website. You see the surprise me is one example where it will add a page which will allow a visitor to visit my website at this page, and then they will go on a random post from the past. So if I look at a few plugins example, one example here is to display statistics on your website. So if I go again on my website here, and if I click on stats, this page here is automatically generated with the plugin. So I don't have to do anything besides installing the plugin itself. So again, if I go in the plugin, uh, this one, the post stat is one example. The other one is to add a photos for your website, which will display all the photos on your website in a grid. So again, this will add a / photos on your website. So those are example of how you can add other type of page which comes with plugins. Now, a few details about pages. The first thing is when you create a new page manually, Microblog will take a few minutes before updating the actual website. That's because it's a static website generator. So it takes time for Microblog to process the change and update the structure and the list of pages or the page content on your website. So don't worry if you make a change on a page, you hit update, and then it takes a while before the page actually gets updated. The other thing I would suggest is if you go on pages here, you'll see that on a few pages, like let's say about me, I put a emoji here at the beginning of the title so that when you visit, you have a look here, you see there's a little emoji in the button that brings you to the page. So if I click on that, you'll see the actual page. So I think it's a great way to enhance the visual of your website. So this is something that I would suggest. Again, if I come back here and I make a change, it will take a few minutes before updating. Now, the last thing I want to tell you is the some smart codes that you can have in your page that will be instantiated with actual content once the page is visited by a user. So here there are two smart code. One is hits, which is put in double brace. I don't know how to say that in English, but those things here, and also the web ring. Those two smart codes will be replaced with actual content, and for that to work, you have to have specific plugins installed on your website for that to work. So this one, it takes the Tiny Analytics plugin, and this one here comes with, again, I think the Tiny Analytics also. So those are smart codes that get replaced with actual content like this. When you go, this is the web ring, and this is the actual hit counter for my website. Now, the last thing is about redirects, where you can define those in the pages section of the microblog admin page. So what are redirects? Redirects are a way for you to add a something that looks like a page, but it actually there is no content associated with it. So let's say someone wants to go on my website and they enter https //blog.numericCitizen.me/ and the path that you will get set there will could redirect user to another website, like I did here on two redirects. The first one is pixel fed and the second one is glass. So if you know about those page path, you can enter a blog.numericcitizen.me/pixelfed, and you will be directed to my pixelfed profile page. The same goes for a /glass. So the reason I did that is because if somehow I want to change my my page here, which is called the Find Me There page, instead of showing the actual link to my pixelfed or my glass account profile page, I can hide those links underneath the my blog custom domain, which is blog.numericcitizen.me. So it's a way for someone to hide under a custom domain the links, and it looks like it's in a single branding, I would say. So it's a great way to achieve that, and they're very easy to create. So if I go there, I create a new redirect. You enter the page path, which is /example redirect, and then you can enter HTTPS, or you can enter a relative path to your current website, and microblog will add that in the in its database. So that's a great way to use your custom domain to let people navigate in your digital space using the same URL everywhere. So that's it for today's video. I hope you learned a few things regarding pages and redirects with microblogs. So if you like this video, just hit like. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss any upcoming videos about craft or microblog or something else. Again, I'll share a few links down below in the description so that you can have a try yourself. And see you guys for another one soon. Bye.